Okay, for on the world map straight away.
Okay, so this is like a save that we're loading in to sort of show you some of the sort of later gameplay rather than what you start off with. Normally you start off as like a sort of nobody in the world, right? And you just have to carve your own destiny and become you know, someone in the world. We're actually a lord right now.
Oh wow.
So we're like a lord of the Britannian faction, which is like inspired by kind of Pictish, sort of Welsh, kind of Celtic kind of inspired faction we have, which is new to the game. But before we get into the demo and talk about the game itself, we're actually going to go and customize our character, right?
Yes,
and
let's do it.
Find someone to play with. So I'm going to take the reins here.
So this is a feature.
And yeah, Sten's going to talk. Okay, sorry.
This is a feature that we're very excited about showing. Since Mountain Blade is an RPG, making your own character, customizing your appearance is very important, and we spend a lot of time making our customizable options both detailed and realistic. So we have, if you go to the body type please, we have 2 different sliders for changing our body type, weight and build. We can also change skin color, we can switch between voices, and of course you can play female or male. We have, of course, a bunch of hairs and beards. We can switch between our eyebrows, teeth type as well. Which shows us another feature which is new in Bannerlord, facial animations. Although this isn't completely put into the game in all situations just yet, it's fully supported in the engine whenever we want to. So. Another thing about the GUI is that we've designed it so that it's made to get quick results. You can go into each part of the face and randomize, or you can randomize all on this button. So we have prepared a few faces that we're excited to show.
You want to take over?
Yes. Let's just go through.
Just start with 4, shall we?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing it.
Start with 4. Okay, all right.
This maybe some people would recognize. And we have this guy. And this guy, most people would recognize, I think.
It's the like the burlap sack pants that really make that one.
So as you can see, the face customization tool is already very powerful, although this is a work in progress. And we're very much looking forward to see what our creative players can do with this as well. And we're going to make it very easy for players to share and save their creations between each other.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's a hell of a jawline.
I also have this guy. I will finish what you started.
And so because this is like, this is the generic system that we use all of our characters in the game, right? It's not just the player character, all of the characters that we have in the game use this. So it's really important that we can sort of create this kind of diversity and have a really powerful tool that we can use to make interesting looking characters that the player sort of interacts with and remembers. So that's really been our goal with this, what we're going to be making as well.
Another goal has also been making the entire workflow with this, giving the player complete and full control. Another slider will never move when you move one slider. So it's very easy to get into and be creative, and it's very important to let the player be full creative.
So presumably you use this to create characters that you've designed, but is the randomization function also used to generate NPCs?
Yeah, we also have, we can like randomize it. We can sort of have like, make that specific as well, so like culturally we'll get sort of people from different faces.
Yeah, which one do you want to play as?
I think let's go with 6.
Yeah?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Looking pretty good. Okay.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, so as we jump into the world map now, what you can see here is, it's similar to what we have in the previous games. It's a familiar kind of style of world map. Obviously, we've made it look much prettier, added a lot of detail. If we zoom out a little bit, what we can see is the names here. Obviously, the names of the different settlements and various locations in the game. And so when you're on the world map, you're still traveling between those. It's between battles and the various other interactions and gameplay aspects of the game. Over on the west, where we have the, in red, it's the Valandian faction, and this is sort of the spiritual ancestors, sort of Swadia and the Rhodoks.
Right.
They're actually enemies with us in this game, and so these are the faction that we're going to go over to, find one of their lords, and hopefully take them out in a big old battle. That's what we're going to work towards through the demo and show at the end. So right now, let's jump back to our own character. Still the same thing with the previous games. We click on the world map just to move around. As we move, everyone else moves. It's like simultaneous movement, right? So it's still very much Mountain Blade. I mentioned before that we're a lord in this faction. We don't have a very lordly host right now, though. It's just four of us and our companions. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a local town, and we're going to bring a garrison that we have there back into our party, and then go around as a larger army for the large fight itself. So let's head towards Dunglanis, very sort of Welsh-sounding name that we have for one of the towns of Britannia. And so we showed off a little bit of our map before. We really tried to work hard on making it look prettier, also present more information as well. So you can see like around these villages, you get information about what they're producing. This is like a tanning area as well, so it's producing leather hides, that kind of thing. If we just pause here as well. So we see that we have this small party of 7 troops, and what it is a bandit party, right? Mountain bandits, and what mountain bandits do, or any bandits, is they're bullies. So they're picking on our peasants, and they're disrupting the flow of our economy. So what we want to do is
chasing peasants there, right?
No, that's more bandits actually. We're infested right now.
And it's chasing the bandits.
Yeah, but we'll let's get to a fight with these mountain bandits and try to take them out. We're actually slightly outnumbered, but relying on Sten's ability here, we should hopefully see us through. We're sort of pretty well equipped as well, so let's just jump straight into the fight, I think. Well, we could talk about what we can see here a bit later on. And so we have like this, we have like a good 2-handed sword, we have a horse, we have some decent gear, and hopefully we can win this fight. So I mentioned already, it's like action RPG strategy and simulation. And what we have in the battles is the action part of the game. It's still the player skill is what counts. When you shoot an arrow, it's all physically calculated. So if the arrow hits someone, that's what does damage. Nothing to do with your character. It's all still your action gameplay, and that's what's rewarded.
This is a lovely looking forest, by the way.
Yeah, of course we have a lot of variety in our scenes now as well. So because it's like Britannia, we have like loads of forests around here, and it's obviously reflected in the scenes when we jump into battle. We also have things like the spanning steppe and the deserts and the tundra in the north. Nice. Absolutely lobotomizing. Okay, and so our companions doing pretty well. Actually, they've been taken out. Oh my god.
Sten, come on.
Come on.
I got it.
Hold out. Okay, so we've got this big weapon, right? It's still the mounted blade combat. You have a lot of direct control over your swings and
I like that your name is Phil.
and so it's kind of okay. Are we won?
No, this guy left.
Okay, so we can take out our bow. Obviously, still have first and third person mounted distance combat. A great variety of weaponry as well.
Hey.
He went full Boromir there. Okay, so brilliant work. We took him down. You can see we have our big 2-handed sword right here. If we just show off how the combat's still working, the blocks and the attack directions the same way, but we sort of deepened it and tried to make it a bit like harder to master at the same time. We've added lots of new animations, made it look smoother and more attractive as well. Let's jump out of the battle then. Oh yeah, we had a bit of information here. We can show this in the large battle list screens and the detail we get there. Let's grab the bandits, prisoner. So fortunate enough to survive, but unfortunately not fortunate enough to avoid a life of slavery as when we set them off. Let's head on there, and we can loot some of their gear as well. Rough fur armor, that looks pretty good. Let's grab that. That's cool. Sweet. Okay, nice.
All right, let's continue into Dunglanis.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So when you enter a city, this is what you get. A menu of options. You can join the tournament directly or visit the tavern or go to the castle and speak to lords. We've improved these screens from our previous games. Now you can see which people are in the city, and you can also see information about the city, its garrison and the population's morale. Now the reason we give all these options is because it's always up to the player if she wants to explore or not. And we reward these in different ways in Bannerlord as well. And we'll talk a little bit more about it later. For now, we're going to pick up our companion and the troops which we have garrisoned with him here. And he is in the tavern.
You can see he's in the tavern from right there. So.
Now the taverns and other parts of the cities as well, we've worked a lot on creating atmosphere and making the world feel more alive of Calradia. And townspeople, companions, travelers, they're all coming into the tavern and drinking together. You can also sit with them. If you sit next to this guy, he'll turn towards you and like hang out with you. There's also, since this is a Battanian town, you will see Battanian architecture, people wear Battanian clothes, they play Battanian music, and you can even play a Battanian type board game, which we have board games for all different cultures.
6 different board games.
Yes. It's a way you can earn money. You can also play with lords while discussing politics. So we're gonna pick up our companion and our troops, and we're also going to ask him to follow us because we're going to need him in the town later.
So this is sort of one of the ways that we're really adding to the things that you can do in towns as well. So we've made the towns much more bigger and more interesting, but there's also much more gameplay there as well. There's much more things to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you, as we walk through a town, one of the ways in which you can sort of are rewarded for exploring around the different areas. So as we head out of the tavern, we find ourselves in the centre of this Britannian town of Dungannon, and what we can do before we do anything else actually is we can ask him to run around and gather up all of our companions in the town. So he does that. He does that like live. He's going to go run and get them. They're going to start running.
So he's
back. One was just saying
like a relay race.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to start heading around and picking up everyone else as well. But while he's doing that, we can walk around the town and take a look at the marketplace as well. If you have a look up there, you can see the castle. So obviously that's where the Lord is. We can go up there, speak to him.
The verticality of it feels very different to.
Yeah, it's a brand new engine. So graphically, obviously, the graphic fidelity is vastly improved over the previous game, and there's so much more detail and attention paid to the scenes, and you can really feel the culture with all of our immersive different features that we have, like so much of the music and all of this great feeling of being in a Britannian town that we have right now. This is the marketplace, and obviously you can go there, speak to the sellers, you can buy and sell goods, of course, yourself. These sellers are they're like the town sellers, right? So the profits that they make, a cut of those goes to the local lord. Mm-hmm. We also have private enterprise, and we're going to sort of talk a bit about that in a second as well. So that's like a new feature in the game. Is everyone with us?
Yeah, they're all here. All our guys.
Okay,
So we're ready to show another new feature which we're very excited about as well.
Highly player requested. It's crime.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
So let's sort of see how this works in the game.
You want to try and mess them up?
I'm going to take over. Right. There's a lot of them.
So as you can see here, there's some thugs here that has taken over this part of the city, and basically what you can do is that you can mess them up and make sure that no crime is going on here.
Let's provoke them, right?
Yeah, let's provoke them. Let's take this part of the town from them.
Go. He didn't last long.
Yeah, our companion's doing pretty well actually, it seems. Nice. Oh, sweet.
Good job.
You really murdered those
Yeah, they
guys.
did much better than against the mountain bandits.
Yeah.
So now we can place one of our own companions here, since they're all still alive. We couldn't do it in the last demo we did because
Yeah, well, they were killed.
So, and that will stop other thugs from coming and creating crime. So we're sort of helping the economy to be stabilized in the city. What we also can do, which is completely new as well, of course, if we have a companion that has the trait of being sort of criminal, we can start our own criminal enterprise here and take money for ourselves. And since we're part of this faction and we know this lord who owns the city, that would cause a strain in our relationship if he would find out. So, but we don't care about that right now.
But if you're ultimately interested in destabilizing a city, you could start crime there first.
Yeah.
It's a great way to earn money, particularly early in the game.
That's cool.
Yeah. So now we got some dudes here.
Yeah, these are all sort of men. Okay, so now that we've covered the sort of the illegitimate business of the game, we can look a bit more at the more legitimate side of things in the private enterprise I mentioned before. So the shops that are inside buildings, these are privately owned, and they can be owned by, they could of course be owned by the local lord, but they could be owned by another lord, right, or a merchant, or the player. And so you can buy these, and they're also really dependent on local supplies. It's blacksmith, and what it's doing is it's getting a supply of iron ore from local villagers, turning it into weapons, and then selling them to caravans, and then trading them around the map. So we have a really sort of fully simulated working economy, and that's really important if you want to make a lot of money in the game. You want to set up some of these businesses and get your income flowing. Because the blacksmith, of course, what we have here, it's crafting. This is a new feature. We showed this a little bit last year, but now we get to make a weapon live. What would you like us to make? We can show you a few different options here. We have this for all our melee weapons right now.
This feature is lovely, and it's so mountain-based as well, because every part fits everywhere. We have different options we can randomize here and just see different swords. And the combinations we have is millions.
Yeah, I mean, this blade and sword type presumably has a direct bearing on how those things play and what they're appropriate for.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we can have any different kind of parts, so it's like blade, handle, blade guard, handle, and pommel for the swords. And so you can any part fits with any different kind of part as well, so it's like fully customizable. And of course, the different parts have their own physical properties, right? So we're making a rather sort of very Mountain Blade-esque sandbox calculation when it comes to it. We can sort of optimize things for reach, and we can sort of scale the blade up as well. We have like that kind of that other control. We can go for
Scale a bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a sword and we're gonna bring it into battle and kill some Vlandians.
Yeah, okay.
So what kind of weapons should we make?
Make like a bastard sword.
Yeah, the two-handed sword.
Yeah.
Two-handed.
Or like a
Yeah, that's cool.
one
Let's
or
go
two.
for it.
Yeah.
And so you can go for like reach, speed, or whatever, or you can just you can try and balance things out to get like the best of both
I
worlds.
think it would only be appropriate to set every single slider to maximum.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
Maximum sword.
Maximum sword.
sword.
We can call it maximum sword as well. That's
Alright, let's
completely
do it.
possible. Okay, let's max everything we have.
We have one more left.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wait, this guy.
Okay.
So let's name it
Maximum sword. And then we can, we're obviously going to take this with us in the battle. We can use it to fight, and it's, if you can type it out.
Turkish keyboard.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
All right.
Worth every penny, worth every dinner.
Yeah, with every channel. We can also take a look at this as well in the inventory. We have like much more control. We can inspect items, take a good look at things. It's all just like we just thought about what the player needs and what the player wants from the UI, and just tried to do it. You know, we've really improved on Warband and other games in that aspect, we think.
All right.
That's the sort of affected by the fact that we slid everything to top.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Everything
It's
is
heavier,
yeah. So you can go for the one which you think looks nicest, or you can really focus on the stats side of things as well. It's totally up to you. All right, so we have our party, we have our men, we have our maximum sword, and what we're going to do now is head towards the Vlandian Empire, and we're going to find a lord on the border, and we're just going to have a big fight with him. Basically.
Great, sounds good.
Of course it does. This is like a staple of the game, right?
Yeah.
It's the huge battles. Before we do that, we're going to speak to an allied lord though first. And what we're going to do is get him to follow us, because we're still a sort of reasonably small party. We have like 60 odd people, so we have the appropriate name Gowig there. He's a real veteran of the faction, you can tell.
Looks really happy.
Yeah. He's perfectly showing off our facial asymmetry that we have in the game as well. This is the total option we have that we added into the game. Okay. Oh yeah. One thing to mention here as well. You can see on the screen right now. So this dialogue option, it has the 100i factor. This is like a new currency we've had in the game. It's called influence. And so what it is, it's like the power you have to request things from other lords in your faction. So by doing things on command, it's like an IOU, I suppose, really. And you earn that, and then you can spend it in a sort of a direct way.
So now he's following us on the map where we go. They're happy to follow us for a couple of days at least.
But they will eventually say, like, we need you to do something before.
Yeah,
I guess.
And if they're like busy with something else as well, they'll just outright reject it.
Right.
So we're gonna find the Lord from another faction, and he would be here in the outskirts of the other faction which we are at war at, Vlandia. And we're gonna try to defeat him in a large battle.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Just gonna wait for daylight.
Alright. So this is Ekerot, and he's a Vlandian lord. He's got a great face. And you can see, because he's an enemy lord, he's already quite hostile. But at the same time, we slightly outnumber him, so he's not actually going to try and directly engage us. We're going to have to deliver our terms to him, and we're the aggressor in this fight. So let's just provoke him. We don't care. Yield or fight, we'll force his hand and get straight into this battle. So we saw this screen before, but now it sort of comes into its full purpose a little bit more. We get information about both parties, the total number of troops, and we can see which different parties are involved in the battle as well. So when you have sort of larger battles with multiple parties involved, you want to see all the troops and all the kind of more information, so you can make a better decision and plan out your strategy beforehand. We give you that information now with our UI.
Okay.
All right, so into the battle.
A little bit, so
this is like. Wait, don't. Chris got to see it.
Let's go.
You go?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, in large battles, they're a staple of Mountain Blade, right? And obviously, we have more troops than we've ever had in any game, any of our games before. But in addition to that, we've really tried to make sure that they are interesting, varied, and exciting every time as well. So we've got our new armor there we're wearing. What's your game plan here?
all right, let's first scout a little bit and see what the other guys are doing, our opponents. I can see them, and the defensive player Ekaran. So he's of course he wants the high ground, and he doesn't need to come further to us because he is the defender and we're the attacker. So I'm gonna have to come to him if I want to battle him.
So what we do is we've got much more advanced AI working here. They look for high ground, they hold that. They don't want to give it up easily, so it's going to be sort of on us to find a way of approaching and assaulting him, and this sort of difficult defense position that he's set up for himself. We have much more sort of detailed command options as well. We can sort of create formations by dragging them on the world map, or the game map, sorry. We have some pretty decent troops as well. Battalions, so our strength is really in our longbowmen. But at the same time, we've got a good core of cavalry. You can see Gowig there, along with the horseman front. Because he's following us, that makes us the commander of the battle this time.
So in previous playthroughs in the demo, we've gone from the right. I'm going to go from the left this time. Let's try something new. I never tried another tactic. So I'm hoping we will win.
You can see Ekaran as we move around, he's sort of changing his formation. Right? He's changing to face us and make sure that he's ready for whatever we do.
The first day I died, but that actually was great because it gave us the opportunity to show off another feature which we have. The battle continues.
Let's hope we die again.
Yeah.
Okay.
The battle continues even though.
Horribly wrong.
If I would die, my troops, since there are more of them, and if I give them the order of charging, then probably.
Dude, you're gonna get shot in the.
You are charging.
You want to get back. What are you doing?
I'm going to put all my men here. See?
Well, this is still mountain blade, so we're still completely vulnerable.
Yeah, an arrow in the head is still an arrow in the head.
Yeah, we're not wearing a helmet right now, so this is like.
That's right.
There's still no fantasy, no tricks or special options for the player. You're still very much in the fight, and it's still like every character has its own AI, their own behavior, so you can fight one of them and they'll have a meaningful fight with you because they're controlling their own blocks and attacks. Now we have much more developed sort of like grand AI as well, so they're thinking much more tactically about what to do.
You can see the AI is always responding to whatever I'm doing when I'm moving my troops, wherever I am. They will change dynamically and see what I'm doing.
So should we let's try and bait him down off the hill, I think.
This is a good bit, because if they want to run away later, then we'll have to run upward hill. So
I think we should send our archers forward.
Yeah, definitely.
And then what we can try and do is, if he spots that they're sort of too far away from the group, he'll recognise that and sort of go for a charge. That's what we want.
As a vulnerability.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want to do. You can see now he's moved some horsemen over here. We're actually having a bit of an archer fight right now. His horsemen coming over to attack. Yeah, okay, so it looks like we provoked them into a charge now. They're starting to come down.
They're coming down the hill.
Okay, pull them back. Oh my god, no! Get out! Oh
god.
Okay, so we've pretty much sacrificed our archers there. Let's get everyone else to charge in. What are we doing now?
Those guys didn't get what they signed up for.
Okay, our archers, we pretty much used them rather awfully there, but at the same time, that's going to give us the opportunity to fight Ekaran a bit off his hill.
Can you see him?
Ekaran, yeah, we can try to take him out. Where is he?
There we go.
There he is. Let's try and track him down.
Maximum sword.
Maximum sword, yeah.
Maximum sword because blood.
Even maximum pain. So we see the fight is sort of broken out into full chaos now.
Yeah, he's actually gone to road straight through it and gone through the other side.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. he's out of there. There he is.
There he is. Tactically passive, individually suicidal.
Way more.
He's really.
He's doing alright actually.
Okay.
We're just trying to take him down.
I totally lost him by the way.
So we have like interesting other AI features here as well. So like the troops, if they are sort of they feel that they're being drawn too far away from their formation, they'll like run back into it and they'll feel like they need to self-preserve and kind of stay alive.
So they won't just break up the formation for no reason.
No, exactly. But obviously, if we send archers forward, they pretty much have to follow that command. And,
they are all going to
they
die.
were like lambs to the slaughter essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing pretty okay. I think the slight number of advantage we had and the troops that we had.
Well, you spend your number advantage.
Yeah, we did. But I think that's just about seeing us through. We have a two-handed sword as well, so the shields are pretty much good. I think we're doing okay, are we?
That arrow looks painful, I'm not gonna lie. Where's he gone? The Lord.
Here he is.
No, that's not him.
That's just a man.
Ekran might have been taken out. Actually, we can bring up the tactical screen and see exactly how things are going.
Ekaran is he's still alive.
Ekran is still alive.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, obviously we have like a amount of improved physics as well in the game. You know, it's a brand new engine, so we can do much more interesting things. We have like like horses will sort of like push you to one side, whether even if they don't go over, you'll feel like the weight of various sort of tactical approaches. So like a big heavy formation of infantry, they will be like essentially pushing the enemy forward as well. So you really feel like the weight of like using these formations and using them effectively, essentially.
This is going really well.
Yeah, it has gone really well. I think our troops have
I mean, like, that was an amazing bait and switch, literally. Like, yeah. I always thought spending your archers' lives simply to get a man off a hill wasn't worth it, but you proved me wrong.
We'll have to recruit some more, I think, later.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes.
So obviously our troops are now celebrating, and we've got an arrow to the elbow.
He really doesn't look like he might.
Yeah. And so we get some information we saw brought up a second ago about the battle and what happened. We can see how many kills all of our different kind of troops has got, so we get more like detail here about which of our troops are effective, and we get more feedback about how the fight has gone.
I think you lost Azadon.
See how I did? I killed 2 people.
Oh yeah, they got knocked out. Gowig, he took someone down. It's not bad. Good old Gowig.
He did well. Like that one trained infantry killed 17 people.
Our battalion footmen were very...
No, that's just like that's the whole troop. That's all
Okay,
we
it's like
use.
one guy. Holy hell. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So we can jump on, and we can of course again now we get to take them prisoner. Ekerin got away.
Yeah.
But obviously, if we take him once again, we can use him, ransom him, make some money, and because we have like more interesting and detailed like political mechanics in our game. So what we can do is we can take Ekerin and we can not just ransom him, we can try and ransom him to a family member or something. We can try and make more money by sort of using the politics that works within our game. We can specifically do that, and the game will respond to it and give you an interesting result as well. Okay, fantastic. Nice. Okay. Alright, this is good, I think.
Yeah.
Nice. That looks more safe.
Yes. Yeah. All right, brilliant. So Ekerin is defeated, and obviously this is going to help advance the battalion war effort, right? Because now Ekerin, he could potentially, he's feeling more pressure from his faction to do well because he's not able to support our army anymore. So he might have to like really tax his peasants, and that's
Defeat
going to
doesn't simply mean you beat him. It
No,
has a
of
big
course.
impact on the simulation as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's so much more deep the way that everything is really internet connected in this game as well. I mean, we could go and find his village, and we can, if he doesn't stop us, of course, kill every single peasant that comes from his village to his town, and then that's going to just really starve out his economy and really cause some problems. And you'll see that in his introduce the player to the mechanics and sort of drive forward some early game progress if you want to go that route as well with the main storyline.